Leo, welcome to Bluntsaggie Tarot. My name is Robin. And Leo, today we're doing a little bonus reading. We're going to do a message from your higher self / spirit guide style of reading. So let's see what your higher self wants to say. Let's see what messages need to come through today. And let's see what, let's see what comes out. Let's see what you need to know, need to hear, need to be aware of. Spirit guides? Who's Leo? Oh, well, Leo, we have abundance. They want you to enjoy life fully. This is appreciation. This is a principle of appreciation, fully loving and enjoying everything that you have, actively engaging and thanking the universe for the blessings and the good things. But it's also that energy of being able to stop and live in the present and truly enjoy yourself in that moment. Okay, let's see why that's come out. Let's get into your reading. So the first card is going to represent what your spirit self, higher self, wants, the message you're not getting. Spirit guides, what is the message that Leo's not getting? What do Leo's guides want to pass along here? The Six of Wands. Like, that you got a lot of good things going on in your life here? Okay. And a reminder to Leo of what's important. Death. Scorpio energy here. And advice. Two of Wands. Okay. And there's the World. There's definitely some kind of ending or transition. We have two cards of endings, and we have a card of looking towards the future here. Judgment, decisions to make. Okay. Well, the message you're not getting is the Six of Wands. So let's see what this message is, Leo. Let's get into your reading. Let's see what your higher self wants you to hear. What's the message that Leo's not getting? Huh. Three of Wands is in reverse. The World. The Tower. Oh, shit. Okay. Six of Cups. So I do feel there's a Ten of Pentacles, that we've tapped into a Leo collective who's, I'm going to say it's in the past. You recently may have had some very traumatic or difficult ending or transition here. The ending of a job, ending of a relationship, the passing of a relative. There's a really strong, painful ending energy here. And you didn't ask for it. You didn't want it. So it's not something that you initiated, right? You didn't break up with your spouse. You didn't quit your job. You know, there's an element where there's an unexpected ending or transition, and you're giving a lot of attention to this. Okay, so they've set the tone for me. So what's the message that Leo's not getting about that? What's the message that they're not getting about that? The Nine of Cups. It's a blessing in disguise, and they want you to enjoy what you have. You're going to get, okay. So right now is kind of a pinnacle point in your life where you have a decision to make. So you can focus on your blessings, you can focus on the good things, the things that are going your way, the things you love about yourself, or you can focus on the sorrows, the thing that didn't go your way, the things that, happened that you didn't want to happen. The choice is yours and yours alone. Now, when you make the decision to focus on these, you get out of this negative frequency a lot quicker. You'll get a lot more blessings, metaphysics, right? So what you put out there comes back. So you start focusing on the things you have, focusing on the good things, more good things will come. And that's the message that you're not getting. So I do feel there's a lot of prosperity and abundance coming. And they want you to focus on that instead of focusing on what went wrong. Because the reminder of what's important is death. Understanding the principle of rhythm. Life has ups and downs. Life has ebbs and flows. No matter who you are, life will have endings, right? And when we look at the Rider-Waite Death card, there's the Pope. And he's begging death, please don't give me this ending. And the Pope and the death is like, I don't care who you are, how important you think you are. There's always endings and new beginnings, the principle of rhythm. And that is the reminder of what's important. So it's also a reminder that it's just temporary, right? Those downs are temporary. What goes down must come up, and what goes up must come down, right? So it's temporary. So remember that when you're having the tough time. And if it hasn't happened or if it's coming through and this is a preparing you style of reading, just know that life has ups and downs, and that's okay. And when you're in the downs, it'll really teach you how strong and resilient you truly are. Actually, what Carl Jung teaches us is that if life didn't have ups and downs, and if we didn't go down through those challenges and those difficult times, that we would never grow, we would never evolve, we would never become the best version of ourselves. So it really is just part of the game of life. And it's just understanding that, Leo. Because the actions to take are the Two of Wands. This is making different choices, doing things differently. The Two of Wands is the card of looking towards your future. and learning from the past. But it's also the card of Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great had everything in the world. He had this lush village of people who admired him. He had money. He was a royal, all this stuff, but he always wanted more. So it's that energy of looking towards the future, making decisions, but also appreciating the present and the things that you have to be thankful for. Now, when it comes to maybe those different decisions or choices, what are you leaning towards, or what can you say about that here for Leo? Go with the flow. And okay, so the so it's yeah, there's the Ten of Swords. It's reflecting on the difficult times. You don't want to ignore them. You don't want to suppress them. You don't want to pretend that these Ten of Swords don't happen. They do, and they're painful and they suck. But they want you to be in a more reflective energy and turn it into a spiritual experience. And instead of focusing on, like I said, what didn't go your way or what happened. So focusing on how it benefited you, how it grew from you. You know, the Seven of Pentacles is looking at yourself, Leo, and saying, wow, like, look how I used to be. Look who I am now. Look who I'm turning to become. You know, look where I was. Look where I am now. Look where I'm going. So it's kind of that reflective energy of being proud and appreciating the journey and the growth. And focusing on that part when you're going through those spiritual or those very difficult experiences. The Ten of Swords is also a reminder that the sun is coming up. That's the point of the card. It's a 10. That's over. That's done. That's the past. That's not your future. So it's that element of the sun is coming up, right? The dawn is the dawn's rising, the dusk is leaving, and sunnier skies are ahead. So the actions to take are to kind of change that as you're progressing forward and looking towards your future. But it's also remembering, you know, when we look at the Two of Wands, there's usually the world there. So this card and this guy has the whole world in his hands. He has all the world, all the possibilities. He just has to see them. And that's what I got. So let's grab some oracles. Let's see what they want to say. And we'll jump back into the tarot and we'll see what other messages your guides want to pass along today. So what does Leo need to surrender to as they go through this transition? Non-action. Now is the time to be still and to not act. Simply breathe, focus on your own power, and let others come to you. Okay. And the spirit animal message. What's the spirit animal message here for Leo? Oh, we got ourselves a couple, baby. Okay, the armadillo, we got some protection. You are entering a phase where in order for you to be in alignment with your intentions and co-create your best life, you may have to be discerning and say no to many things that have been holding you back in the past. And giraffe, reflection. So if you are facing a difficult situation, do not rush into making a decision. You are advised to turn the problem around in all manners before deciding on a solution. So your circumstances need to be examined carefully. And let's grab your Osset God or Goddess message. So we're going to grab a message here from my Osset Egyptian Oracle cards. Let's see with which God or Goddess from Ancient Chemits watching over you. We're going to get the channeled, the future, the abundant, and whatever messages else they want me to read. Who's watching over the Leo Collective? Who wants to come through today, and what do they want to say? Who wants to come through? The Sphinx, card number 41, Silent Wisdom. All right. One moment, please. Let me get your message, Leo. All right. So I come as a silent watcher from ancient days, and know I stood guard as pyramids and temples were built there. I infused my fire energy into the Great Pyramid until it became a connecting point between heaven and earth. Then my spirit returned to the sky for many eons of time, but now I am back to infuse my silent energy into the many who meditate with me. My wisdom and power is enormous, but can only be assessed by the wise in silence and deep meditation. The abundance message is it's good for long-term financial investments, but beware of short-term credit. Practice giving quietly to others to later improve your abundance flow. And the family. Okay, they want a family message here. A reasonably settled time for family matters. Hidden concerns are going to be revealed in future. The answers you seek will take time to be revealed. Meditation is very important now. Sometimes silence is the best wisdom. Okay. All right, Leo, let's get back to the tarot and let's see what other messages your spirit guides want to pass along today. Spirit guides, what else do you want to say to Leo? Well, there's the wise soul. We got the hermit energy here. Okay, what do you want to say about that hermit? The Tower. Fool's in reverse. It's time to realize that there weren't strong foundations. Okay, in order to get what you want, you need to build solid foundations. And instead of holding on to what happened in the past, they want you to see what went wrong in that situation. The Lovers is in reverse. There's a decision here that was made that wasn't 100% in your best interest, Leo. This might be what they want you to see differently. So this is seeing that and realizing and looking at this and seeing that the foundations weren't strong. Something was missing. I'm going to see if they can specifically pinpoint that. That might be hard in a general reading. What was missing? What do you want Leo to maybe strengthen the next time? Honesty. The Ace of Swords is in reverse. Honesty. The Ten of Pentacles is in reverse. And the Page of Swords is in reverse. Honesty. So whether you need to be honest with yourself about what it is you want or what it is you're seeing, or accept a person or a place or thing, or you had a liar, you're someone who wasn't honest on the other side and is trusting your intuitions, right? Read that body language, pay attention to those subconscious clues, because the foundations that need to be corrected or changed is honesty. Being honest with yourself, Leo. Like I said, I gave several different examples, but be honest with yourself. And if it is, like there it is, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. If you got a red flag in front of you, if you got a company that's showing all these red flags, if you got a friend who's showing them, if whatever it is, or if it's just plain out something you don't want or a path you don't want to take, be very honest with yourself and don't do things you don't want to do. But most of all, don't ignore that and put the effort and energy and overlook a red flag or a very negative quality or situation about somebody. Okay, that's what I have, that's what I got, and that's what your higher self wants to say today. So Leo, I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope you enjoyed this style of reading. I'll know by how many likes you get and how many of you guys watch it. But if you did like it and you do like my style, I do ask that you like, comment, subscribe, because it does help my channel to grow. Thank you, Leo. I always appreciate your support. Now let's close your reading off with your final message. What is the final message here for Leo? Self-compassion is simply giving the same kindness to ourselves that we would give to others. So reach out to a loved one that you trust for advice. All right? And for those of you that like the yes or no, let's do it. What's the yes or no answer for Leo, baby? Yes or no? Well, Leo, let me tell you something. The answer is negative. That's what I have. I truly wish you the best of luck. Until next time.